This is exercise 4. To start off, open up the eDrawing and ePart exercise 4 file. Now what we're going to do in this exercise and the ones following is we are going to get a part, and in this case this is our exercise 4 part, and what we're going to do is create the front, top, and right view on graph paper from the part and the drawing file. So this is the part here, and if we go to the drawing file, what I've given you is the projection view with all the necessary dimensions that you need to create the part on some graph paper. So the idea behind this is that from the previous tutorials that we went over, views, line type, and the previous exercises that we identified faces, we're going to practice drawing these three views. So what I'm going to do is I have the drawing and then I have some graph paper. So what I'm going to do on the graph paper is draw our three views. So the front, the top, and the right. In my case, what I'm going to do is that the graph paper is going to be a 5 mil scale. So each square is going to be worth 5 mil. Now if we look at our drawing here, the projection or isometric, this view here is going to be our front, this is going to be our side, and this is going to be our top from here. And if you look at all the dimensions, you can see it's 40, 20, 40, 5. So everything that we're going to be using is going to be easily divisible by 5. So again, I'm going to be using a scale of 5 on the graph paper. You can use a different scale depending on what kind of graph paper or what kind of scale or graph that you're going to be using. So the first one we're going to do is the front. So the main dimension that I'm going to need to draw on there for the front is the overall size. So what the front's going to look like, just a quick sketch. It's going to look like this. And the first couple dimensions that we want to put on there is going to be the overall height and width. Now we can see that we have 40 here and we have 20 here. So when we add it all together, we have a height of 60. And for the width, you can see that we have a radius of 20, and it's the same on this side, and 10 in the middle, so it's going to be 50. So our first objective to draw on there is pretty much going to be a square of 60 by 50. So let's do that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the 12 times 5 is 60 for the height. Now we'll go across. And then up. And we'll close this off. Now because I'm doing all this freehand, it's not going to be very nice. You can see it's a little crooked. Some of the lines are not completely straight. When you're doing this on graph paper, of course, use a ruler. Now let's go back and let's get the next values. So the next couple lines that we want to put are, I guess this one across here. So that's 20 mil up. It's going to show the top of this surface here, and then the cuts down here. So that's 20 across, and both of these cuts are going to be at 20 mil in, as this is a radius of 20. So let's draw those in. This is our 20 mil across, and then two 20s down. So if we counted these out, it's a 4 by 4, so that's 20 by 20. So we have that right. And now what we're going to do is draw the circles. So the circles, it's a radius of 5, so that means we're going to have a diameter of 10. So our circles are going to be 10 in diameter, and they're also going to be 10 by 10 away from the edges. So let's go here, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw the center point first. So it's going to be 10 by 10. That's going to be the center point. And then as it's a radius of 5 and 5, so it's going to be 10 all the way around. So our circle is going to be there. And we'll do the same on the other side. It's going to be 10 by 10. That's our center point. And draw the circle around. Now, because it's a circle, what we're going to do is put our center lines like that. So we're going to put the crosshairs in just to show that it is a circle, and that's the center point. And now we have our first view. And again, use a ruler, and you can draw these out a little bit more accurate than what we're doing here. Now the next view we're going to do is we're going to do the top view. So what our top view is going to look like is, again, it's going to be a square that we're going to be drawing out first. So let's draw that out. And from the top, what we have here to add up is 20 plus 40 plus another 20 for the length, or for the height here. So that's going to be 80, and it's going to be by 50. Now we're going to have a line here that we have to draw in, and that's going to be at 20. And then we're going to have to draw in these curves, such as that. And this is going to be 20, 20, and if we look down there, this guy is going to be 30 by 10 on the top there. So the first thing what we're going to do is we're going to draw the outline just to this point. Or, sorry, the first thing we're going to do is draw the 80 by 50, and then we're going to add in the fillets and everything else. So as you can see, if we write this in here, we have a 60 by 50. So that 50 is going to be carried over up here. So we can just draw this across for the 50, and now we'll start going up for the 80. And now the next thing that we want to do is to draw the fillets in. So let's start doing that. Let's go back, and we can see that from the corner it's a 20 mil radius. So let's start drawing that. So what we're going to do is find the center point first. So it's going to be 10 by 10 is 20, 10